because you're the massage therapist, so you have more experience with touch, and I've been studying heart, and um, maybe I can talk more about heart, and maybe you can talk about the touch.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So for the heart, what I wanted to share is that there is a Heart Math Institute website where we'll post the link to that. Right now they have like a free short mini sessions about the techniques that they're recommending, and these techniques are really helpful, especially right now in the times when many people, are not feeling the best with themselves, and it helps with the anxiety, with the stress, when you get in touch again, when you get in touch with your heart. And they made a research, and they actually proved that there is thing called heart intelligence, because heart actually has same neurons like mind, like brain, and heart speaks to the mind. So the body speaks through the heart to the mind, and the heart actually can control the body. So it's not just the mind, but the heart too. Because, for example, when you have a very strong feeling, right? Like when let's say we're in love, right? And our body goes relaxed, right? Or when we are afraid, like then the whole body changes and it contracts, right? Because we're afraid. And they explained that we need to move away from the mind, and we need to become coherent with the heart. And the more coherent we are, we are more peaceful. We keep calm and everything. And then they also have like a meditation, heart looking meditation. We'll do that in the end, and you can actually talk to another person through the heart. You can send like the impulse, you can send the good thoughts, whatever energy you want to send that person, you can send it, and it doesn't matter where the person is. That person doesn't need to be close to you. You can send it like to like the person can be in a different country. And they actually tested it, and they proved it. It's fascinating to me. It's like cell phones on a different level.
Yeah, built in, very, very smart device. Cool. Yeah. For me with touch, so yeah, I work as a massage therapist, and I've been interested in getting to know my body, and also bodies in general. And especially like during this time when we're all isolated and kind of consciously not touching each other, because that's not what we're doing. That's what we're not doing right now. So for me, it's interesting because as a massage therapist, I think touch is so important. And there's been like tons of research on like the effect of touch on our emotional well-being, our physical well-being, immune system, health, and and we communicate through touch as well. So all of that thing, and I just kind of feel like a personal mission to preserve this art of touch, and that involves me learning it in the first place too. But so from that context, I've been thinking a lot about touch, and how even in times like this, how we can preserve the touch, like of with ourselves and with our loved ones, at least at home. And like Irina was saying, like if it's at the level of the heart, like we can actually touch people like that are not physically touching as well. So that just gives me a lot to think about. With massage practice, so there's one level of thinking about it, which is you're massaging the muscles, and you can feel the bones and kind of the physical structures of it. And on another level, I've been finding more and more that if I just kind of relax, kind of like the vision relaxing, if I kind of get into that state of softness and openness and just observing what's going on around me, I am able to massage like exactly the spots that needed work on. So like I'm guided by intuition, and so that's been an experience for me that I've been curious to like find out more about. Like what is it that's drawing me to that particular area to massage it. So I think that's kind of where the body's energy systems might be working. So maybe the way I visualize it is maybe like in Donna Eden says our bodies are a lattice work of energy instead of our usual imagery, which is like a solid thing, right? But if you start to think of it as like a lattice work and it's not as solid as it looks, then like maybe this person that I'm massaging has like a field, and then I'm coming into it and I can tune into it, and wherever there's some kind of I don't know, dysfunction or disharmony, I am guided there if I open myself up, and then I'm able to work with that. So that's sort of where my interest lies in terms of touch and energy.
Can you tell more like what's happening like when this intuition kicks in? Like what's happening in you? Like how do you know, or you don't know, the body knows? Mm-hmm. Like what's happening?
Yeah, it's tricky because very often like my thinking will come in and be like, oh, like this is what's happening, it's so cool, like, and then like all of that is just like BS. But even through that, if I just keep going, I noticed that at first I was just working with my hands and my hands were getting tired, and that at one point I noticed that if I bring my attention to my belly, and then actually I felt this like invisible hand like coming out of my bellies and doing massage like this, and then my actual arms will follow. And so like I feel that connection from my belly to my arm, and that's what's guiding me. So even as like my thinking's going on, like my body's kind of doing its own thing, and that I think for me that's how I connect to the energy within me, and somehow it's like it's working with the other person too.
Well, how do you know it's working for the other person? Like they tell you?
Yeah, because when I'm able to tap into that for the session, like they tell me the first time it happened, the lady was like, wow, like my lower back was hurting and like it's completely gone. Nice. And then they just keep telling me that was the best massage ever, like and so over time I'm like, okay, like I guess clearly this is having a good effect on the people, and I'm less tired. So there's something there, but it's hard to concretely see what's going on.
I wonder, like energetically, when you know, like sometimes like some people take more of your energy, some people give you energy, like after the massage, do you feel difference in yourself, like when you can tap into that intuition, and if you compare with the massage when it was like a massage on the surface level with like without intuition, like do you feel different in the end?
Like I said, I feel less tired. I feel like I'm not so sensitive to that, but I've heard, like when I was in massage school, like from the teachers or from other people, I've heard that sometimes they like take on the energy of the other person. So they might start feeling the pain in an area where they never had the pain before, and it's like where the other person had the pain, or they just feel really like icky. So there's like various grounding exercises you do, like you can visualize kind of draining out that other person's energy, something like that. But
yeah, because you don't want to store that in yourself, right? You want to get rid of that too.
Okay. Yeah. So I know that's like a thing that people experience. I haven't personally experienced too much of that.
I have with my kids. Like I remember it was last week actually. My oldest, she's 8 years old, she wasn't feeling well. She was not like health wise well, I mean like the moodiness, she was moody, she would cry for no reason. Well, she had a reason, but it wasn't the usual reason for her to cry. That was weird. So because I'm reading Donna Eden books and I've been watching the video, so I decided just to trace her with my palms and just to feel like where it hurts in her body, because she was saying that it hurts everywhere, but she couldn't point like where exactly it hurts. So when I was feeling her like around the head and then the chest area, I felt so much pain, but it wasn't like physical pain. It was just like I don't know how to say, like energetically pain, like she was just tired of everything and it was painful to her. And I got it. I felt it so much because she's my daughter, right? So we have this connection, and I took that from her to myself. So then at the end I felt that way. And she felt better, and it's fine. I mean, I would of course do that for my child, but it was like first time for me when I noticed this happening, the transmission of her energy to me, of her pain into me.
How long did they stay with you? Did that stay with you?
Not long ago, we were going for a walk, and we were just getting our stuff together, like putting shoes on, and I did this check-in on her, and it helped her to calm down. But I took it, but when we were walking in the fresh air, it went away. So I didn't do anything to get rid of it, anything special, and yeah. So I guess the fresh air and the walk in the fresh air helped.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I do feel just like stepping outside feels so different from being inside, and that's kind of an obvious thing, but I think it has to do with energy as well. So just kind of paying attention to that, and also more and more, like I'm feeling this whenever there's like a decision or emotion that I don't like it feels it's like it's closing in, versus when I'm like feeling powerful, confident, it's like very expansive. So just like simple things like that, we all experience it, I think, if we pay attention.
Yeah, and when I do my morning walks, I do the meditation, the heart lock-in meditation, and I see the difference in me when I like before the meditation and after the meditation. Like before the meditation, okay, I'm just walking. Yes, the flowers are very beautiful right now. Lots of flowers are blooming, so I'm just like watching. But after meditation, like everything changes. Like when I'm coherent with my heart and I send this good vibes to the people that I care about, and suddenly everything so beautiful. It's like changes. Everything is glowing. It's a weird thing to talk about because I'm not used to sharing this part of me, but it's happening. Yeah, and I noted that animals, they stopped being afraid of me. So because we have a lot of squirrels, a lot of birds, and so before when they saw me, they usually went away, or like ran away, like quickly. But now they're like standing and looking at me like, okay, who are you?
Nice.
Yeah. And it also reminds me, because I've been walking so many times on the same streets and doing this heart lock-in exercise, and I feel that the energy in those streets changed too. It's like when I'm there, I'm like, if I don't do anything, I just walk there, I'm becoming calm. Like there are some spots of the streets where I need to be. If I want to be calm, I'll just go there and I'll stop my anxiety.
Okay. Yeah, I have a favorite spot at the park too, where it's like there's like beautiful redwood trees in the middle of this neighborhood where there's no other redwood trees. it's like a little haven. And like when I step in there, like even like the colors are different, the air is cooler, like everything kind of comes together to give me this experience. So I'm wondering like if that's like that totality of that experience is the energy, or yeah, I still don't know like what it is, but I also think that like maybe everything is energy. Like you were saying like before, like emotions and feelings are an energy, and we just perceive it in different ways. Some of them are physical, some of them are light, some of them are feelings, emotions. But,
Yeah, and like remember we talk about it, that because I was driving in the car and I thought about this. Emotion. It maybe it's energy, and then you sent me a message saying that yes, like it's energy in motion. Like, yes, it makes sense.
it's like something cool I've heard somewhere. But yeah,
Yeah.
it does. You know, actually, yeah, like our friend Sanjana, who's also part of the group, she just released this wonderful podcast episode where she talks about she goes through this quick exercise where you like lie down and relax and try to feel like the emotions actually passing, like happening in your body, and see if you can do it without, like if you can feel anger without contracting. So like she really brings attention to the relationship between the emotions and the bodily sensations, and how they can't be separated. So it just reminded me of that, because you were saying energy in motion is emotion. So like as it's going through our bodies, we feel it in our bodies, and also we perceive it as like this experience.
And how I came to this conclusion, because I was thinking about like, okay, so when I'm meeting, like I meet somebody who's happy, I become happy too, right? Like when somebody is in joyous state, like feeling joy, like happy to see me, happy to share, then somehow I get that feeling too, and that emotion too, and I'm and whatever, and my mood changes. Or if I'm around someone who is sad, right, my mood changes back to sad. So it's like an exchange and emotion.
Yeah, or when you walk into a room and there's like a bunch of people with a stern face, or like if it's not welcoming, you can feel it. Right. Yeah. So yeah, so many cool examples we can come up with. And honestly, it's so, some of it is so obvious that we don't even think about it, but yeah, it's all there. We're all feeling it in some ways.
Yeah, and there are even in the language, for example, like when you said you walk in the room, right, and you can say the air feels so thick, right, like you can cut it through. Like, but air doesn't change, right, like air is the same, but why the feeling, the perceiving of the environment, of the energy of the room changes.
Yeah, well, maybe the air does change too, I don't know, like
yeah, maybe.
And like I'd be curious to go like all the way down to like the electron level, and yeah, just like find out if like all of that changes with energy. So with that, there's one other exercise in the book that, or not in the book, but Donna Eden talks about it, and it's kind of like in the chapter that she talks about aura, but I really like it as like just a feel good, like a quick exercise, because it really like kind of expands my my being. So it's kind of like you start with the same energy ball exercise thing and just kind of play with it for a while. And once you start feeling something, tingling, warmth, bring it to your ears. And then feel the contact between your hand and the sides of your head. And then from here, bring your elbows together, cross your arms, and like swoop up. And I like to imagine my energy field just going, whoa, like all the way to the other side of like the street over there. And breathe. And then bend forward and kind of cross your arms. And then do the scoop again. And bring it down to your ankles, cross in front of your ankles. And then expand one more time. And I might have just totally gotten the steps wrong, but I just like that feeling of like expansion. And I think that
it's like your body is expanding, right? Like your feelings are expanding.
Yeah. So just getting in touch with that feeling, I think it's a good way to start feeling the energy. And I do this like before I go for a walk, and then it just feels so different. Like I feel like the world is mine, like, and I belong in this world, and it's just been wonderful. So I just wanted to recommend that.
I also do one small exercise when I'm I feel like I need a little bit more love to myself, or if like I'm afraid of something, so you start with your if you can see you start with your feet, and you do this exercise like you put the energy and then above your head and then put it down. So it's like you're covering yourself.
Nice.
Yeah. It always changes my mood.
It does, yeah. Even if it's just because it's funny, but nice. Yeah. She talks about how it's important to like cross the sides of, and then she does a lot of the infinity sign because it crosses the two halves of your body. Apparently that's good. But,
okay. I think it's a good place for another exercise for the heart lock-in meditation. So we can finish our first episode with it.
Okay.
I think we covered everything, right? What we wanted to talk about.
Yeah.
This conversation can go without end.
Yeah.
I'm gonna keep something for the next episode.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, we don't want to take everything. Yeah. I guess just want to say, feel free to let us know like how your experience has been. But I would recommend just starting with the energy ball exercise and the circling around and maybe feeling the heart. Those things have really helped me to begin to feel what it is that feel what I feel, right? And just trust in that experience, even if you don't feel energy and like you don't feel like what is this thing. Just experiment and see what comes up for you. So I think that would be my ongoing homework as well. But I would invite everybody else to do that until next time as well.
Yeah. Okay. So the heart lock-in meditation, you usually you do it in a quiet corner. I do it while walking, so it adapt it to yourself and to like your needs. So you can close your eyes and shift your focus on the chest area and onto the heart, and start breathing slightly deeper than your normal breathing is. And when you breathe into your heart and breathe out of your heart. So imagine how your breathing goes into your heart and slowly out of your heart. And when you breathe deeper, your body temperature starts rising, you feel warmer. And so now imagine that you are radiating that warmth outward of you. It's like I'm imagining myself that I'm in a big ball, and and I've radiated this energy like 360 degrees around me, and it goes like outside, outside, outside. When you see the ball, you can think of a place or a situation that you recently had, maybe a conversation, or think about the person who you want to share this warmth. And when you feel the warmth with your mind, just think about the any heart feeling. It can be love, it can be care, it can be appreciation, it can be gratefulness. Right now, I'm feeling grateful for having this opportunity to discuss this topic with Hannah and share what we are learning with you. So I'm grateful for that. And I'm imagining you in my ball, like you're swimming in my energy, in my gratefulness. When I was just starting to do this meditation, I imagined my kids, because that's the easiest for me to imagine and to share love with my kids. So I imagined them swimming in it. And then I keep on adding more people who I want to share this feeling today. And when you're done, you can open your eyes.
I love this meditation.
Yeah, me too. I love it too. It changes my everything like instantly, like my mood, my perception of what's going on around me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. A lot of times when you invite me to like think about like somebody swimming in my love, right? I think about people that like annoy me, or like, you know, something really like that bothered me that I saw like on Facebook or something like that. And then like instantly, like I feel I'm able to just engulf even that with this water of love that's coming out of me. So it's very empowering, and that's what I love about it.
Yeah. Okay, I'll share one more thing.
Okay.
You mentioned this. So with the heart, you can actually ask a question to your heart. So when you do this heart lock-in breathing, and you feel the feeling of love or care or gratefulness, you become coherent with your heart, like you're in sync with your heart. And if you have a question or something's bothering you or something's annoying you, like you don't know what to do, just ask a question to the heart. Or maybe like sometimes I can ask like, okay, but how am I, how would it better for me to perceive this thing? Like if somebody is making me angry for some reason, right? Like how do I solve this problem? And if you practice it in many times, not many times, actually if you practice like a couple of times, you start hearing the heart, and usually the heart gives you an answer. Like sometimes, like I was asking about I was testing it, but like, for example, I'm walking and I'm testing it. Okay, like which way should I go, right or left? You know, and the heart would tell me it doesn't matter. Really, it doesn't matter. You go right or left.
Yeah.
But when I'm asking about something, like there was like I had a fight with one person, right? Not like a fight, but you know, there was like some disconnect with one person, and I asked my heart, like, okay, what do I do? How do I build the relationship with that person? And the heart just said, with love. So so the answer is always love.
Do you hear it in voice, or is it a feeling, just a knowing?
It's a knowing. It's not a voice, but it's like you know the answer.
Yeah.
but it doesn't come always. But I noticed that the more I practice it, the clear, like the clearer this knowing is to me.
Mm-hmm. Cool.
Mm-hmm. It's really cool. But you have to be in sync with your heart. So you have to do you have to do the deep breathing to your heart to become in sync with it.
Mm-hmm.
And then I usually, when I get the answer, I always say, thank you, my heart, for
Nice.
giving it an answer.
Nice.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Okay.
All right. Cool. I think that's pretty good for the first first meeting. I just want to say all of your experiences are valid. It's something that's almost like a mantra to me now. It's like, because I've spent so much of my life like invalidating some of my experiences, and that's kind of what we talked about it in the beginning, is like we learn to use our mind, and that's cool, but at the same time, like, what are the other things that you might be not paying attention to? So I just want to invite both of us and everybody else to just fully experience, give ourselves permission.
And trust yourself that
Mm-hmm.
what you're feeling is true.
Yeah.
Yeah. Don't doubt yourself.
All right, cool. Thank you so much.
Thank you. And we'll see you next month. Yes?
Mm-hmm.
And
All
we'll
right.
post the link with the homework and the videos and the books that we're reading. So if you're interested, you can join us on this journey.
All right. Awesome. Yay. Excited. Bye.